I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
That's Booby.
Culpy and Chip, where did Ghosty go?
Ghosty is
I've
gone?
been looking for Ghosty, and he's not here.
He's been ghost napped.
Oh, he's right here. I was like, did
Mashallah.
one of those kids take him? I'm not surprised. I'm surprised nobody's taken him.
Ghosty?
Yeah, but I think that they know that he's one of our
Nah.
prized possessions
Yeah.
that should not be touched. They're like, there's lines we shouldn't cross.
Lines, sacred lines that should never be
Steal all
crossed.
of our candy, but don't you dare touch Ghosty.
For timely topical political commentary, you can hit us up in Middle America with Vin and Sori. We actually just posted one of our debates.
Yes.
I really think that channel, if I was looking in the,
Yeah.
that would be my favorite channel. Where else can you get moderated debates that talk about actual social issues / political commentary?
Yeah.
It's great. It's
Yeah.
great. Middle American Vin and Sori, check it out. But somebody, I looked on my Facebook today and they're like, "Yo, Vin! Mgła came out with a new joint!" And Mgła, of course, is my favorite black metal band from Poland. So without further ado, this is Mgła, The Age of Excuse, Song 2. I'm assuming the entire record is entitled that, because that's what they've done. And I have to say, the title, With Hearts Toward None, is literally my favorite album title of all time.
He was saying it just before we started recording.
And I'm like this close to getting a tattoo of that phrase, because that is an extremely meaningful title to me. For all. Okay. Age of Excuse, let's do it.
Just not sure how to feel about that.
Don't feel anything. It'd be like Mgła.
Go.
Of course. Of course.
Why?
Your many failings.
Why is my life like this? Alright, start this over.
Wait.
What are you doing?
I don't know what I'm doing.
Of course, I should do it back to you. You're gonna judge me, I can judge you back. My heart's not toward anyone either. Fuck you. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Go.
is such a good song.
Why?
God almighty. Something finally beat Exercises in Futility 5 or 6, whatever it was.
I am missing the...
You are. You don't know art when you see it. I'm going to kick you off the show.
Goodbye. Goodbye, everyone. I'm going to see my baby now.
How dare you? Oh my gosh.
Explain this to me because...
This guy can write his ass
off. Okay,
off.
I don't know what we're...
Did I tell you I talked to him? I talked to him.
You did?
Yeah, they ran into a little bit of controversy because, they're, it's silliness. I don't care. Well, I don't even want it to stain this review. But long story short, they fell victim to the SJW, everybody's a racist bullshit.
No, I was wondering, I was just gonna say something.
Bullshit that happens all the time. I don't care. I don't care. God almighty, I love this song so much. I want to listen to it right now.
Baby.
Like, I'm pissed that I actually have to do the review.
Yeah, but...
Because I want to listen to the song again right now. Oh my God, I love
Okay,
this.
honey, explain it to me because
First of all,
it's like a 6 to me. Like...
First of all...
Yes, it's like a 6 to me.
I'm serious. Please, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Respect my bodily autonomy. Don't touch me.
Okay, honey, seriously, explain it to me because I'm not...
First of all, I'm a sucker for tremolo picking. So
yeah, it's the same sound that all their songs seem to have.
No, they're not all the same.
Basically,
it's just the tremolo pick. It creates a certain type of sonic lag. It is the same reason I like Got the Life.
Yeah.
It's the same.
Yeah, but
that's what got me into metal. I love that. That's the stuff that I play. That's what I play all the time. I just arpeggiate the chord and then
whatever. Like this song.
I do the same thing. And you always say, "Oh, it sounds the same." It's not, but whatever. I loved. Yeah, that's their style. They're gonna have a certain type of sequence, and they're gonna go with that sequence. With the guitar. That's what they do.
I feel like when other songs do this, where they just repeat the same thing over and over for sound, you're like, yeah, that was just the...
It's different though because they're setting up a soundscape, and then they put these ridiculously amazing lyrics in them. See?
Yeah, but
I told you I had a conversation with him.
Oh wow, cool. Yeah, but so if they didn't have the amazing lyrics, just like the sound itself,
no, it'd still be great because
I feel like it's just because you have a love affair with them.
The tremolo picking is amazing.
Okay.
No, I have a love affair with I love Korn, I love all that but like this is crazy, and the lyricism is crazy.
Okay, explain it to me because you were like, what? Explain it to me.
First of all,
I really didn't really.
Look, first of all, English. I'm pretty sure English is not this dude's first language, and he is just completely manipulating the English language like you wouldn't believe. These black metal guys, man, they are super, super educated. Look at this. Between the grinder and the abattoir, a baiter, that's like a slaughterhouse in England.
Oh.
Such are the landscapes of Greece. Grayness and glitz, glitter and Gehinnom.
What's that?
Gehinnom.
Reminding me of hell.
Yeah,
like,
Gehinnom. The Valley of Hinnom?
Yeah, okay.
Gehenna?
Gehenna, yeah.
It's like, that's grayness and glitz, glitter and Gehinnom. Mm-hmm. Like, those opposites. Like, he does that a lot in his lyricism.
Okay.
And then he talks about as an ailing mole burrowing in Eden, squandered redemption, misplaced grace.
Yeah, you were like, whoa, that part.
Living, breathing downfall, a sacrifice to the gutter gods. What? Those lyrics are insane.
What are we talking about?
Well, one of the things that Mgła does a lot is they're wrestling with the concept of nihilism a lot. And they're wrestling with humanity and what it means to be a human being and how to derive meaning in a godless existence, I'm assuming. And so like they're absolutely, but at the same time, and Poland is an extremely religious country, which is why Behemoth, Nergal kind of has all the anti-Christian imagery or whatever because Poland's an extremely religious country, but it's clear when you listen to these guys, when you listen to Batushka, like you can see the influence of religion, even though they're post-Christian. But you can still see that they can still operate within Christian categories to try to interpret the world from a nihilistic perspective. And I think that's I think the reason I love Mgła so much is because if I lost my faith, I would write like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I tried many times to throw away my faith and get rid of it, and I was unsuccessful. There's certain points of like belief and unbelief where it's like, oh, you're trying to believe in spite of doubts and da-da-da-da. My experience was the opposite. Like, I was trying to disbelieve. I was trying to get rid of it. I was trying to, and I...
Well, we always say you have faith, but it's really faith has you.
Yeah. Like, and that's why there's like literally nothing that could take me away from Jesus because, as C.S. Lewis called him the Hound of Heaven. Like, he's gonna chase you down. Period. You know what I mean? So, but I definitely it's weird because I've been kind of, I was trying to formulate a worldview and a philosophy of life when I was trying very hard to get rid of my Christianity, and it was very, very close to this stuff. And I would write stuff like this, but like again, the presence of God is just so palpable here. A sacrifice to the gutter god, squandered redemption, misplaced grace, an ailing mole burrowing and eating, living, breathing downfall. Like, that is humanity. Like, we, whatever, we don't believe in the gods anymore, whatever. So you end up worshiping the gutter gods. And, a sacrifice to the gutter gods. Of course, in our milieu, we've got a lot of people struggling with, opioid addiction. And so you see people in the gutter, and you see, like, remember that one time there was a guy and we were kind of working with him and discipling him and trying to get him away from the opioid stuff and his prescription meds, which sometimes we couldn't tell the difference which was which, and he'd have all these episodes, and he was kind of slowly improving, and then it was time for us to go, so we left, and then we were driving down the street, and it was weird because he came up in the conversation. Randomly, the kid came up in a conversation, and then we drive, and we saw somebody holding up a sign to get some drug money. We're like, oh yeah, it's terrible. We didn't even recognize him because it had so like destroyed his body. We couldn't even recognize the kid. And so when I saw that, I'm like, yeah, that's a sacrifice to the gutter gods. Like,
he's actually doing better though now.
Yeah.
The last time we saw him, he was doing better.
Yeah.
So hopefully he keeps that up.
Right. Inshallah, he stays on that course. Love you, buddy. But like, that line is so crazy to me, a sacrifice to the gutter gods, because like I've seen that happen. And then he talks about squandered redemption, misplaced grace. Like, like God gives you all these opportunities and we just squander it all the time, And so like the concept of redemption is central to Christian ideology and central to the Christian worldview. So even though this guy, I'm sure, wouldn't identify himself as a Christian, I think there's a lot of people that are like, man, the Christian story is a beautiful story and I wish it was true.
Yeah.
And so like, I think this guy's kind of in that middle ground of being like having a nihilistic worldview, but at the same time looking at everything and being like, man, I wish this was true. And then you have, squandered redemption, an ailing mole burrowing in Eden, like trying to get back there. Like,
oh, that's what that means?
Yeah, like he's burrowing in Eden. He's like trying to get under the ground into Eden.
Because Eden is blocked off now. You can't get back to Eden.
Seduct, but he's a living, breathing downfall.
Wow.
Like that's what you see of humanity is everybody's like, and again, back to drugs. Back to drugs. Like, why is the guy taking that shot of heroin knowing it's going to kill him, knowing it's going to bring about his downfall? Because he's trying to get back into Eden. The feeling that he gets when he's high, it's like Head was talking about when he was talking about, the drugs. Yeah. And then his relationship with God and how he found that high and whatever people call it, high, ecstasy, whatever, all of it is you're trying to get back into a state of Eden, of how we were before all this went bad. Of course, Lewis said, the fact that we we have this sort of discontentment and displeasure with this world indicates to him that we were meant for another world.
Right.
And so, oh man, that line right there, that little stanza, a sacrifice to the gutter gods, squandered redemption, misplaced grace. Good Lord.
What's ailing?
Ailing is that you're sick.
That's what I thought. Okay.
You're sick. It can be any range from like an annoying knee to like you're dying.
Yeah.
But like you're dying.
Yeah, but it doesn't just have to be like you just listed off physical ailments, but it could be the way that you feel when your spirit is not fed, like when your spirit is not healthy,
right.
Like you feel like, I don't know, like kind of like that osteoporosis where, like you got bones, but there's holes all in them. So like when your spirit isn't good, like you can look good on your knee could be great, but you feel thin, like you feel, like something's off, something's not right with you.
Yeah.
And you can't necessarily put your finger on what it is, but it's that we're more than just our body. So you can feed your body and you can, whatever, but if your spirit's not good, then you still feel off.
Yeah. What? Oh my gosh! I cannot tell you how I love these guys so much.
No, it's so cute watching you like it so much.
The stench of zeitgeist. Zeitgeist is the spirit of the age. Mm-hmm. So. We use the term zeitgeist a lot, in reviews or seats and Laban, but the stench of
I always forget what the word means.
Yeah. The sense of zeitgeist is the incense of discarded shrines. Woo! The stench of zeitgeist is the incense of discarded shrines. Good Lord. So like our current spirit of the age, for me, what it means is he's saying like, we're all modernists now and all the rest of it. And we don't need that God. All that God stuff is all so stupid. But now it creates a stench because of the ramifications of what a world without God is. And then that stench of the zeitgeist is the actual incense of discarded shrines. Like it's the the shrines that you discarded, because we moved past religion.
Right.
Now what's going up is grossness. So, unbelievable. So, as the corpses put on powder and rouge so that the hopes can proceed ever sidewards. Woo!
Wow.
He's talking about living dead men who are putting on powder and rouge to hide the effects of death.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So that the hoax can proceed. What is the hoax? The hoax is that we're all going to keep living. And you're not. Everybody's going to die. So all of it is just BS. So, like, if you're literally in a world without God, then everything is just a hoax as far as, like, living in a purpose and all the rest of it. Because, like I said in the other video, it's like, yeah, if there's no God or whatever, you can make up your own subjective purpose, but it's not real. It's just in your mind. Your purpose is similar to if a person wants to choose to believe in the Tooth Fairy. I suppose you can choose to believe that, but it's a fiction. And so what I get from him is he's saying we left all that religion stuff behind and all the rest of it, but now like everybody's walking around pretending like life is really meaningful, and it's BS. It's just a hoax. And it says ever sidewards.
Yeah, I know. I thought that was weird because usually they say forward or
downward or upward, but sideward is
sideward?
Because it's the people beside you. It's like we're all spreading this hoax around each other. A cheaped out incarnation into a shop-worn sarx. Woo! Sarx is the Greek word for flesh. Sarx, when Paul talks about that. So there's two Greek words in the Bible in the New Testament for the physical body. One is soma, which is just body. And then sarx specifically is like meat, like flesh. Like a sarcophagus, etc., etc. So, but a sarx is so a cheaped out incarnation into a shop worn sarx. Like that's what we are. It's just we're just bodies. We're just basically walking piles of meat basically that are worn out. The soul congeals into a grimy lump. Substance of the world, dreary and pale, at the feet of a spirit detached.
Wow.
It causes you to disassociate.
Yeah. Between
the grinder and the abater. Again, an abater is a slaughterhouse. Such are the landscapes of Greece.
Okay, so they're talking about life. between the grinder, which is you doing the work, and you going to the slaughterhouse yourself.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So he's got kind of like a
Culture of the
ecclesiastical
Wow.
kind of way of looking at the world. Or Ecclesiastes says, vanity, vanity, it's all vanity. So life is just looked at as either you're in the grinder, you're working, the sweat of your brow, you'll eat bread, and then you just go to the slaughterhouse like everything else.
Yeah.
There's no real difference between you and the oxen.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, yeah, because it's crazy because what happened, the grinder is what grinds up the meat that just got killed at the slaughterhouse.
Right.
So you work there and then you die and then you get, it's just, wow.
Yeah.
Such are the landscapes of grief.
Grayness and glitter and Gehinnom.
So he's basically saying the life is just, it's landscapes of grief, but there are glitter moments in it, but it's still a landscape of grief at the end of the day.
Grayness and glitz, and then glitter and Gehinnom. So it's like, even if you have the glitz, it was preceded by grayness. And even if you see glitter, it's going to be followed by Gehinnom.
Wow.
So
wow.
it's a crazy word. Between tedium and fright.
Tedium, that just makes me think of like tired, like tedious.
Yeah,
what is it?
Tedious work, like boring it. But and Peterson talks about this is like the difference between left brain and right brain people. And some people I'm pretty sure right brain people are right is order and I want everything a certain way and I want to be able to expect what's going to happen tomorrow, etc., etc. Mm-hmm. And then the left brain is like more novelty. Hey, what's this? Da 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 da. And so this is the reason we have amusement parks and we have roller coasters. It's because we're trying to find that balance between the need for consistency and to know what to expect tomorrow, while at the same time having enough novelty to where that's broken up. Mm-hmm. So what he's talking about is tedium, which is just tedious work. You do the same thing over and over and over again. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what your profession is. Let's say you're a rock star. They get bored of it. Mm-hmm. I've seen dudes who...
You've seen it. When they go up on the stage sometimes I'm like, look at that guy. He looks so bored.
Well, yeah, there was...
Put on a little bit of a show, man.
There was one band where we were taking pictures. I was like, look at this guy. He looks depressed. He looked like look, if he had a watch, he would have been looking at it. He'd have been looking at getting off the stage. And they were... they had a pretty good spot, and the people were going crazy for him, and he was just like, he was not feeling it at all. I don't even think I took a picture of the guy, because I was like, I don't want to take a picture of this. This is the band's probably gonna sue us. But between tedium and fright, there it is, the whole left brain, right brain thing.
Yeah.
Such is the song of the netherworld, the hissing of rats and the jarring chants of angels. Woo! Of course, in Exercises in Futility 6, he says the hissing of hellfire. Mm. The hissing of hellfire, I burn as I ought to. Ah! Speaking of which, we're supposed to play Madden or Fortnite or whatever, bro. Where you been? Stop dodging me.
Yeah.
The hissing of rats and the jar. I mean, God, this guy can write. He can write his ass off. I love him so much. It's a land of sun gone down in a comical grandeur, a sluggish dance macabre, hyenas waltzing about. It's a dance macabre, as during the Black Plague, everybody would dance and everybody would die. You know what I'm saying? So you have your last dance or whatever, and we're in a land where the sun has gone down. During the
horrible and romantic simultaneously.
Well, yeah, but you had that line that Lewis had about the White Witch in Narnia, where she's evil, and her evil is described because she cursed Narnia so that it was always winter and never Christmas.
Yep.
Right, so it's like this concept that our whole land, we're in a land of the sun gone down. We don't have any sunlight. You have fire but no sunlight. It's just, it sucks. Mm-hmm. And this is the state that we're in. And of course,
shout out to everyone in Alaska.
I would change SUN to SON, right? That's what happens when the light of the sun is not on a given land. Mm-hmm. It's pretty terrible. Would a new flood please finally come, a real rain and an assortment of plagues, and when all is said and done, even the devil won't care enough to spit in the mud.
Whoa!
Woohoo! Especially when you think about the fact that human beings are made from dirt.
Yep.
And so what happens when dirt and water come together? It creates mud. And so we would be so meaningless that the devil won't even care to spit on us because that's how meaningless we are. Like, that's the idea. That's what I got from that. I mean, whew, that part was just like, if you want to look at, if you want to think through the an honest assessment of the ramifications of nihilism and a godless world, especially a world where the Christian worldview is not front and center. I mean, this is the joint right here. I love this song. Exercises in Futility 6 was my favorite black metal song of all time, and this beat it. It's very, very rare that you find lyricism like this, man. It was epic. My gosh. Okay, good.
So what are you giving it?
Gotta get an interview with these guys. What are you giving it?
For the sound, it is a 6. For the lyrics, it's an 11. So I'm gonna give it a 9.5.
Okay, this is an 11. This is an 11 for me. This is an 11. This is an all-timer. It's the best black metal song of all time, in my opinion. It's the best black metal song.
I'm so happy that you like it. It's so
Great
cute
song.
watching you like things.
It's gonna be on my list. When my knee
For sure.
When my knee recovers, I will just be playing this song for the entire 2 months.
And in the meantime, it's gonna be the shower song, I'm sure.
It
Our
is a shower
neighbors are
song.
gonna hear it in their sleep.
Yeah, our neighbors are also gonna become Mgła fans. It's gonna be glorious.
They have no choice.
It's gonna be glorious. Thank you to Marcine for alerting me to the fact
What do they say?
that these guys came out with a new song.
You can't beat them, join them.
Good Lord.
All right.
Such a good song. All right, Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone.